Like, I'm live? Looks like I'm live. Well, as you might notice at the beginning, or not the beginning, at the top of the screen, up around here somewhere, there is a watermark, which means that I have been attempting to set up simulcasting to, you know, both YouTube and Twitch. I had originally a decent following on Twitch, but I mean, that was years ago, so I'm not sure. I doubt I can get that back again, but we'll see. Why not? You know? So I'm trying to overlay the chat with this window, but I don't know if I set the chroma key right. I think I might have just made everything invisible. Just means I'll end up with I don't know, some invisible stuff there. I don't know. But so today, clearly, we are going to be doing well, first I gotta figure out why I don't appear to be streaming on YouTube. Do I not? It might not be connected correctly. Interesting. I don't know how to work this restream thing. So we'll see if I can figure it out. I don't know. Might have to... Oh no, I'm live. Okay. We'll see if I can figure it out. I got quite a bit of a delay. Whatever. It's anyway, so I guess if we're going, then we're going. I don't know why it's not updated on my little dashboard thing, but whatevs. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hi, I can hear myself. You get out of here. Get out of here, you. All right, so I can see everything. I can see myself. I can see my chat window. I think here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I got it. It's here. We're good. I don't know how to make it bigger though. Oh, there we go. All right. Damn. All right, we did it. Congratulations, me. I figured out how to simulcast. Cool. So, I wasn't even gonna be here today, or at least, I mean, I'm here. I wasn't gonna cease existence, but originally I was gonna go and see the Thunderbolts today. I don't know. I don't know if maybe I'm feeling like a little less interested or a little more disinterested in the MCU these days, but I don't think that I'm quite at like pure fatigue levels quite yet. But that light is really bright. I mean, I feel like it could just be a little dimmer and you'd be just fine here. Yeah, that's more natural. God dang. I was feeling washed out before, like I was at a photo shoot or something. I don't know. What's a typical environment where you wouldn't feel too comfortable being washed out by bright lights? Because that's where we're at. We're there right now. So I figured if I was going to be here, I might as well stream, and if I was going to stream, I might as well talk about not going to the Thunderbolts. And it's not that I'm not going to go see it. I'm probably going to see it on like Monday or Tuesday, but I just decided not to see it today for whatever reason. I just wasn't feeling it. But since I am here and since we're talking about the Thunderbolts, sorry to clear my throat. Let me just share some of what I think you might be able to expect from crowds seeing it. I as a disclaimer, I tend not to look too much at hype surrounding movies that are featuring properties that I really enjoy or that I'm passionate about. So in general, I try to kind of distance myself from like the YouTubers and the content creators who talk about theories and things like that until after I've seen the movie, because I want to form my own opinion. Not that I'm anybody whose opinion matters, but it matters to me, and so I don't want it to be tainted by preconceived notions of what I'm supposed to be expecting. Because I think, damn, I got the throat clears going on. But yeah, I think there's maybe like trauma there, because I maybe there was like a time when I had the plot spoiled or something. You know, something probably happened along the way that made me not want to you know, do it anymore. To like look into those things, like try to find rumors or theories or whatever and see if they would come true. Lost my train of thought. So I'm just cleaning my glasses and then I'll stop being distracted mentally. I'm a big stickler about my glasses. If they have like just a few smudges on them, I just cannot. If I can see anything like out of the corner of my eye that's on my lenses, it freaks me out. Like an OCD sort of thing. But so what I plan to talk about is actually, I think, pretty interesting. I don't know if anyone else is going to find it interesting, but we shall see. Essentially, I want to be like a writer, like, and it's a bit of a pipe dream, because I know that, you know, it's very unlikely that I'll ever be one, but it's sort of like my dream. Like my childhood dream was to be a writer or a cook, and I ended up being a cook, and I would like to be a writer. And so in the years, you know, that I've been alive, over my life, if I could be more efficient in speaking, I have written like small things here or there, and never anything like impactful or well known or big, or like I don't think I've ever sold a script even. But I just keep writing, because that's just what you're supposed to do if you want to be a writer. Just keep writing. And since my midlife crisis, which I think I'm over by now, but since then, I have been trying to figure out, you know, what direction I want to take my life in, and you know, just kind of sort of reassessing and getting things back on track the right way. But in that self-discovery, I think, you know, I keep going back to wanting to write, and so that's, you know, kind of what I want to focus on. So, you know, we'll see if anything that I write is worthy of like going into like competitions or anything like that, but for now it's just a hobby. How does this relate to Thunderbolts? Well, Thunderbolts was actually one of the first things that I wanted to rewrite, or not rewrite, because the movie hadn't been made yet. And when I wanted to make my own version, it was back when Steven Yeun was going to be the Sentry, and that was all just a rumor. But man, I'm saying a lot more than I normally do. Usually a lot more confident in what I'm speaking about. See, I just use an fucking crazy. So, in the MCU, as everybody knows, there's like 1,000 bajillion films and a bunch of other shit that's just super like Easter eggy and referential, and it kind of gives away a lot about all the hidden details and stuff like that. And I used to really like that they did that they were like that engaged with all the different properties. And so that's kind of what my version of the different things have in them. If I was to speak plurally, I don't know if I'm using the right tense here, but basically I wanted to keep as close to like the comic books as possible, but you know, have it all be like MCU themed. So what I had come up with was a retelling of that story. I think it's a pretty well-known comic arc where the world has forgotten Bob Reynolds, and it's because of an invention of Reed Richards, I think Hank Pym, someone invented it. And Sentry used to be like a hero back in the old days, and he was fighting along with like Captain America and the Avengers, and at some point the Void manifested, and everyone, you know, was like, okay, well, unfortunately the world's gonna have to forget about you because the Void like thrives on being remembered or being perceived, or oh no, it was if Bob forgot that the Void was there, then it couldn't manifest. So whatever, long story short, I think it's over like 8 issues, or it's like a mini series. I don't know. You can buy it as a whole book now, but he kind of goes through different experiences with heroes that he used to know and starts to sort of remember. But by the end, he realizes, oh shit, this is a bad thing because the Void's coming back. So I was forgive me. I was going to do sort of a retelling of that, but the Void was going to be sort of like how the Shadow King was in Legion, how he basically attached himself to, was his name Nathan? What was his name? Anyway, he attached himself to the Legion character because he was like broken and vulnerable and, you know, mentally ill or whatever. And I was going to use the you know, the history of, you know, war and war and colonialism, race and like traditional racism that exists, or that existed towards Korean Americans in, you know, just past generations. And I was gonna have the Sentry character be played by like a, you know, Steven Yeun type because he was cast at that time. And he was going to end up like being the subject of like the scapegoat of blame for, you know, like a war or like a conflict or something, some societal thing. And they're basically gonna whitewash, like I mean, I know that people use the term whitewash in volatility, but they're basically gonna sanitize his history and turn the Sentry into like a hero that lost his way and then went missing. And the tendency for people to scapegoat, or for people to agree with the scapegoating of others or people that they don't typically identify with or don't particularly like, they're more likely to go along with what society is saying about them. So get stung by a bee or something? She keeps doing this thing. What happened? I think she's like sorry if I'm just showing my butt right now. I apologize. There was absolutely a huge fucking yellow jacket that came into the house, the apartment, came in and just was like, hey guys, and I got one of those. I have no sympathy for wasps, by the way. Wasps with spiders I will tend to kill too. Sorry if that's a bad thing, but you know, yeah, it's scary having to deal with bugs that have very painful stings or necrotic bites, so I tend to fear them more than I do respect them. I guess it's like a tenuous respect. You get what I mean. Anyway, point is, now I've totally lost my point. Something about Robert Reynolds. Anyway, I guess I'd rather show than tell, because I think me talking is very boring. Not that was just a friggin' a self shot across the bow for no reason. What you're looking at is something that I put into Sora, which is kind of cool. So this depicts what my intro scene was gonna look like, kind of, for the most part. But so I'm just gonna talk about the intro real quick, and then I'll try and get into games. But I just feel like the intro is good enough to be a hook for the movie itself. So just tell me if you'd see this movie, okay? Just kind of, we're gonna take this very organically. Don't be growling while I'm trying to read something, okay? He's not even the growling type. He doesn't normally do that. Okay, so I know that this is gonna be difficult to imagine because this isn't like an action shot. This is just sort of gonna put the image in your head. So in typical MCU fashion, the scene fades in, right? Fades from black in. They always start with a cold open. They never start with the titles, except for back in the Spider-Man days. So Robert Reynolds, I'm again imagining a Steven Yeun type, falls to his knees. The camera is tight in. Half of his face is broken and bruised and bloody, and it fills the screen. So obviously this would be a lot like more of a close-up if I had a way to know how to work Sora. I just kind of typed in a prompt. I basically copy-pasted this in. With a slight depth of field tilted toward the background, showing the level of destruction that makes up the wake of the battle that has just occurred. The scene is alight with flames, pressure distorting the frame as a dark thrumming sound pulses in the background. The city as a whole punched through the center, cutting into the earth. Rubble, injured bodies, and broken buildings and automobiles lay in the path. So clearly, this is the aftermath of a huge battle. What I'm thinking here is that it'd be cool to see the end first, right? See the end. You see all the people who get defeated, and obviously we're gonna, be surprised by the end by some other sort of twist that happens. That's, the classic writer's trick of the bait and switch. I'm giving you all the information up front, but you're not seeing all the stuff that's happening in the background. Ooh, crafty. So as we are fading in, we're seeing him. It's like if you've ever seen Invincible, you can kind of hear his breathing, as he's just getting the ever-living crap beat out of him. So you can kind of imagine what I'm talking about here, but he's breathing heavily. He's really at his wit's end. He's about to collapse, and then the scene cuts away really quickly. There's a smash cut to just kind of a scene already happening. And in this one, they actually, Sora, I think this is a copyright thing, right? There's got to be some kind of something that can't be okay. I don't know that that's okay. But this is cool. It looks pretty good. So a scene cuts to sort of how in a lot of those movies you see the classic MCU disguise of just the hat with the brim pulled low and the full-on costume underneath a loose jacket. Two Punch Man. I don't know what Two Punch Man is. Is that something that is based on One Punch Man? I don't know. I'm not familiar. High Force, by the way. Either way, it's I thought it was funny if I just put the classic MCU disguise on him. So he's walking through a big crowd, and something notable is that I'm imagining that a biker is passing him by on the street. It's sort of like he's in a daze, it's the world is sort of kind of gray tone. There's something off with him. We see part of his chest logo poking out. Again, this is so good. This is like, that was the low res, that's the high res version, low res version, high res version, low res version, high res version. Slight differences, but you know. Anyway, he has cat pulled down, grabs it. So he goes to grab a cup of coffee, and he goes to like a newsstand, and he sells him a cup of coffee, and his hand's shaking, and he gags and, you know, like goes over to vomit. And then we cut right back to this scene. He messed up. He, as if Sora's a person, let alone a man. Sora messed up a bit. I wanted this scene to be at the top of Avengers Tower, like looking over the ruins of New York. That would have been pretty cool. But this is fine. I'm just so impressed with what AI is capable of. But so then it cuts back, and we return to the top of Avengers Tower, and we see the focus unblurs behind his shoulder to reveal the broken body of Captain America laying on his side. His shield is once again broken, but this time to pieces, and he's clearly gone, you know, unalived, mirroring the scene from the Civil War's comic story when Sharon Carter cradles his head on the steps of the building as he dies. This time it's after attempting to save the world. Oh, I mean, yeah, didn't he get his ass handed to him in that episode? Or did he just like kind of pretend to get defeated or something? But isn't he supposed to be like crazy powerful? Or is that not the same character as One Punch Man? I figure maybe if you're saying Two Punch Man, maybe it's like a copyright thing or something? Or is that actually a character in the series One Punch Man? Things I do not know. So again, we are seeing the essentially corpse of Captain America in the very beginning opening moments of this movie. Okay? The stakes are high. So as we're like zooming in on Robert's face, his eye is still featuring prominently on the screen, and it's as if something changes in him. His eye widens suddenly and darts over to Cap, like almost in some of those, like, again, I don't watch anime, but in some of those animes, like you get a lot of like focus on eyes. Like Aeon Flux had a lot of focus on eyes. And so I'm imagining like the camera tight on his eye and shifting over like almost inhumanly to, you know, the corpse of Captain America, and then directly back, but facing the fans, facing the viewers this time, directly into the camera. And I imagine he's getting like filled with rage, and he says through gritted teeth, spitting blood and like those Ditko cosmic particles with every word. He goes like, "Why did you do this?" Not realizing that it was essentially him, that it was the void that manifested and just took everyone out. So Sora didn't want to generate any more pictures beyond this. Not sure why. It said that it violated their policies, I'm assuming because of the copyright stuff. Especially because this is like a relevant project right now, so whatever. Screw you, Marvel. I'll take over you one day. I don't care if I'm 80 when I do it. So no more images supporting this, but I'll keep working on it, and then maybe I'll do like a more long form video that has that sort of stuff in it, at least more in like a streamlined storytelling way. But my stuff goes on. So the scene cuts back to an earlier time, the din of the city overdriven slightly by Robert's point of view, or overdriven slightly from Robert's point of view, because it's like Superman essentially. We hear too much of everything as Robert would, Man of Steel style. His withdrawals have gotten to their worst point, and his powers are going crazy, and he's having a lot of trouble controlling them. So think the Clark Kent scene in Man of Steel, however you like that movie or not, think that, but more, I mean, it's it's the void that's fucking with him. So imagine it however you want, but it's an outside force that's having an effect on him, but he doesn't realize what's going on. His vision gets fuzzy as he concentrates. The camera is focused on his face with a flash of present time mirrors the shot. While a flash of present time mirrors the shot. So while this mirrors the shot of... That was actually a bud that might have dropped onto the floor, and I just stepped on it and made it useless. Cool. That's weed for me. So this shot, he's like having withdrawals because he's an alcoholic. And so he's basically at the point in his life before he stops being a hero, when the void starts to take over. So it's sort of back to the beginning, but you know. Flash and back again. The sounds level out as he opens his eyes and time slows down. A horn blares, and the man from earlier who rode by gets struck on his bike and flung into the air. Robert sees this, but is racked by more tremors. His vision pulses again, and the current scene returns. So what's happening here is he's walking down the street, he's having alcohol withdrawals, and this is flashing back and forth between this scene and the walking down the street. And so as he walks down the street, he doubles over to get sick right here. I just love that I can make Steven Yeun vomit in an alleyway with the power of AI. So he doubles over to vomit because he's having so much alcohol withdrawals, and in his daze, he's unable to rescue a simple person on the street who gets struck by a truck. And it's sort of a domino effect that all leads to what we're seeing in the intro. So that's why it's flashing back and forth. Again, I'm handing you the exposition because there's a bunch of stuff underneath that is going to have to get explained by the end of this whole thing. So, but again, we're just looking at the intro right now. So that's yet to be discovered. But you know, writers, they like to just tell the whole story and then let you kind of imagine it from there. So that's what I'm doing. Gosh darn it. Enjoy. Okay, so after the guy gets struck and tossed into the air, we sort of realize that the sentry is not there to save him, but then it cuts back to the present, the intro. The void. Now, when I think about him, I imagine if you're not familiar with the presence, was it the presence in the Spider-Man? He looked kind of like John Wick. He had kind of like a suit on, tall, thin, gaunt, long dark hair. That's who I'm thinking for like the human representation of the Void, because at that point we didn't know who was going to be playing the Void, so it was just kind of up in the air. And I think there were rumors that either Keanu Reeves or Henry Cavill had been cast in a Marvel project, and people were thinking, oh, okay, that's going to be the Void when he's human. I don't think it turned out to be the case, but I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't know who's playing the Void. Could just be the guy who plays the Sentry, I'm assuming. But yeah, so the Void, I imagine a John Wick or Henry Cavill looking type, long hair, non-specific, tall, dark, and handsome type, stands in front of the Sentry with one hand in his pocket and a display of total nonchalance as he checks his nails. Purple smoke trails off his fingers like it's leaking out of his pores. As he shifts and moves in his stance, more smoke sloughs off of him as he radiates toxic pure power. He regards the Sentry for a moment, his eyes seem to widen with surprise before his face returns to normal. As he opens his mouth, toxic black ooze spills out, but does not affect his ability to speak, simply power leaking out of him. His voice booms through the eardrums, though his nose is almost too quiet, like dry leaves, but loud, purely evil. And so he's just manifesting in front of the Sentry. Nobody else can see him. And this is all sort of happening like... This would be like the first 5-10 minutes of the movie. Like just very, very quick, very little, like pure understanding of what's going on. We're gonna think that we know what's happening, and then there's just going to be all the rest of it that happens throughout the movie. It's like we're going to think that we're just on a journey to get to the end, but it's not going to be what we expect at all. Sorry if I keep focusing on my nose. It's very itchy because I have very serious allergies right now. Okay, so his cousin. That's cool. I'm sorry, I have a window over the chat right now. I guess I should be paying more attention to that. So, as he hits the moment that we see that he's sort of triggered, right? The void manifests, and we see him in all his glory, but just sort of his human form, whatever. You know what I mean. Running out of breath. So, I wrote these in sort of like a script form, but I don't have any like voices or attitudes or personalities that I'm applying to them. I'm just gonna read the words. Words hurt, Robert. He moves in and grabs the sentry by the neck, lifting him up into the air. Again, we don't see this. We just see a flash of Robert just lifting into the air by some invisible means. But he can see the void, and on the screen we see him, but also there's, you get what I mean. It switches back and forth. His arms form a toxic bladed spike, and he simultaneously impales the sentry with it while planting it into the ground. The sentry screams and wails in pain, and before he can catch his breath, the tip of the spike shoots a bunch of spikes on spikes, sort of like the lightsaber meme with General Grievous. Lightsabers, lightsabers, lightsabers. The tip of the spike shoots a bunch of spikes down through the sentry, impaling him several more times and through into the ground as well. His entire body is perforated, and he is locked in the ground while suspended. He screams in pain and coughs up black ooze. This is sort of like our first hint that the void is coming from him. The void continues. I really appreciate the effort, Robert, but even this much pain, as much happiness as it brings me, won't be enough to get me to love you again. As he tisks the sentry. I can't believe you forgot so easily. It's almost unnatural, criminal. His eyes dart to the sword logos scattered throughout the wreckage. Sword is sort of the evolution of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh no, we have that. That's in the MCU already. Good job, me. Gesturing to the real meaning behind the words. Reality crackles and shifts for a moment, almost tricking the viewer. I was here, Robert. I'm the only one who remembers who you are. The sentry interrupting him, he attempts to sputter the words, I am the sentry. But the void cuts him off. He says, you were the sentry, man. Come on, you don't even know who you are. Why do you continue like you've got any kind of conviction? Look around you. Oh, sorry. His brow furrows for a moment, and the spikes preventing the sentry from moving his head vanish for a moment, freeing his head. But because of how beaten he's been, his head simply slumps down against his chest, black ooze leaking out of his mouth. Better? No? Trailing off, I don't care. And he walks away. So, that's the end of the intro. Everything fades out, and then we get, like, the credits, the opening, what is it, scroll, or, the opening run? Crawl. The opening crawl. Ba-ba-ba-bam! So, that just kind of, like, it titillates. It's an appetizer. It's an amuse-bouche. Anyway, that's just the intro. There's plenty more. Oh man, I'm reading through this, and then I got to a pretty decent. Oh, and then like I had several rewrites, and I had someone that I was trying to write with at the time kind of contribute a little bit to it. It's weak, but the story beats are pretty good. So yeah, that's the intro. Then there's the crawl, the credit crawl, and what I plan to show, or what in my mind, what I was planning to show in the credit crawl was a like sort of a montage of historical moments featuring the Sentry, like as we've seen in the comic books, but it goes from being Steven Yeun to being a tall white guy with long blonde hair. And it basically gets like race swapped and whitewashed, and like it's not like I don't even know if it's like a present thing in the people who are doing its minds, but like little by little, they start to remove qualities that make him Korean American, essentially. And that is one of the things that drives Robert to start drinking. And this is, I've updated it. So originally when he took the serum, I think it was originally to get over alcoholism, or he was an alcoholic and then he took it and then he was a century and he was no longer an alcoholic, or he kept his alcoholism. I do not remember. But the point is that the timeline is very similar, and it kind of I love this. I love looking at this. You shouldn't be able to do that with celebrities' pictures. That's really weird. Anyway, I have them saved on my Sora, so no problem. I can pull it up anytime. You want to see Steven Yeun vomiting? I got it. I got that. It's good. So, I don't necessarily want to continue too much with Last Epoch. That was really just sort of a space filler until I could find something else that was fun to play, that I was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, this chat overlay thing is not working, so I will just get rid of that. Well, that's unfortunate. I'll try to figure it out, but yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so Last Epoch was just sort of a space filler until I could figure out something else that that I wanted to play on a stream. Bada bum. So, I mean, I kind of have like a rough idea of stuff that's going to work, and I guess I thought that it was going to be boring to play what's it called? Survivors likes. So like Vampire Survivors and what is the other one? Soulstone Survivors, Death Must Die, and there's a few. There's quite a few. Like Brotato is one that I just have not bought. I don't know, but I don't know. I keep shifting in my ADHD is just full force today. I don't know, maybe I'm just feeling good. I do have a delicious chopped ham and cheese sandwich waiting for me later today. Oh, praise be the food gods. It's okay. So if you've never had a delicious chopped ham and cheese sandwich, imagine a delicious deli ham sandwich with some delicious slices of cheese, and now chop it up, and now put it on a flat top and get it all crispy and get it all fried and delicious, and then put it inside an amazing homemade baguette or sandwich roll. I think it's a baguette. Fucking delicious. Fucking delicious. Forrest, what do you mean brick by brick? There's a significant delay to the chat while I'm simulcasting. So I don't know if you were referring to something that I said about games, or if this is your mantra for life. Brick by brick, motherfucker. That's how we build stuff. Yeah. But so Last Epoch is a game that I enjoy playing, but like more so just like by myself in the morning. But that being said, it's also not that bad a game to stream. I'm just not that like good at it. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm just not like a player of the game. Again, I don't know if that really even makes any sense. I mean, there's I certainly like watching videos that have to do with food, but I don't think I'll ever be cooking on stream. That sounds stressful. But so the other game that I want to play is that repo game. It was suggested to me by Amy, who has been a viewer. Why would I make this sandwich? I don't go and pay for it if I could make it at home. It's because, so like ham and like cheese and all that, like there's all kinds of different hams and cheeses you can buy. There's like 1,000 bajillion different types, and everyone's got their favorite. And every region's got a, you know, we got our own best, you know, ham and whatnot. But so this guy actually gets a lot of his stuff from like Jersey and like from the Hudson Valley area. So like authentic, you know, deli sandwiches, real authentic. I can't get a hold of that stuff. So naturally, oh, crit multiplier. But so naturally, I don't really have access to being able to make it, unfortunately. Maybe one of these days I'll just buy bulk from him. What on earth? You think I can hide in here? I like No Man's Sky, but it's a very lonely game. I mean, it doesn't make it bad, but it's just like bleak. You know, if you've gone through the story, it's like it's one of those like existential, fatalist sort of. You know, what's the point to anything, really? I think maybe I'm reading into it, but yeah, I can't wait till they come out with the next game. But I also kind of feel like the general public hasn't gotten over the whole like overstate and underdeliver thing. So I know that there'll be like a lot of scrutiny to that release. But I mean, if anything, that's an encouragement for them to get it right this time, you know? Yeah, no, Forrest, if you haven't noticed, it's not like my chat is blowing up right now, so you feel free to ask whatever you want. I mean, within reason, obviously. I'm out of water already. Son of a... But yeah, so I looked it up recently, and apparently people are actively watching streamers that are playing like Survivors games, the stuff that I typically enjoy playing. I just didn't think that would be exciting to watch. But I guess, I don't know if people find it engaging. I know that like when you stream, it's most, if you're not like super good at a game, it's mostly just about the personality of the streamer. I tend not to give a fuck. And I don't know, I guess that's probably a good quality to have. I don't know. We'll know. We'll know at some point. You know, there's an appeal to that nonchalance. And as long as I'm having fun, then I'll be here when I can be. We are killing squids, skeleton squids at the moment. I keep running out of that thing like I'm trying to avoid it. Physical. Hiya! Hiya! Where are you at, squid? One more squid. I think I hit him on the back end and am now chasing him. Oh, nope, standing right in that. So hopefully I can get that chat overlay fixed. I'm thinking it's just a matter of finding the best way to incorporate it. I don't even know if I did it right in the settings. I used a browser source. Never done that before. I think at one point when I was on Twitch, I had someone walk me through how to put a what was it? How to put a alert thing in so that like when I would get new subscribers, it would show up, have like a sound and an animation and stuff. I don't know how to do that myself. Where are you, squid? It's on a patrol path. Sure, Frieza, give me a second to can't hear me. Can you hear me in text? LOL. I mean, very dry joke. I wouldn't laugh at that.
Easy. Too easy.
It's not even dad joke status. Come on, you bastard. See, he's running away from me. That is not fair. All right, now we're going to the end. So, again, the reason why I'm doing this particular game is just because I wanted to get to endgame, and I'm still trying to figure out how to play a lot of those other games. Except though, Vampire Survivors I'm okay with. I know how to play that one. What are the other ones? Soulstone Survivors, I can play that one. That one's easy. I did for a bit. I was super into MOBAs at one point or another, but I fell out of love with them very quickly. Especially with the commitment, like the time it takes to scrum, and like the fact that you have to like just always be practicing and looking at the updates and figuring out nuances to new characters, and it's just so much to pay attention to. I don't like games to feel like work, and I think that just tends to be the opinion of a lot of people as you get older. So maybe I'm just getting older. I don't know. It's just not. Yeah. Where's the other one? Oh god, I think she's outside. Probably chewing on rocks. What's that noise? Oh my god, she is laying on the grass. She is laying on the grass eating sticks. And that's the grass that like the other dogs pee on. She is just the weirdest dog. Very strange. Still keeping an eye out for Fizz. What are we looking at here? Oh, fuck off. I still want the... I think they're gloves? I think it's gloves. Still want those falcon gloves. Stop dashing out of the goddamn smoke cloud. Because before I wasn't really like worried about haste, and now I have Kestrel, and now I have those boots that have increased effect too. Like, it's actually a reason to pay attention to it, and I think it's a good roll too. 40%, 28% of increased effect. So not bad. Ah, see, I didn't dodge out of it this time. Silver ring. Not what I need. Frieza, are you able to hear me now, or like just not at all?
This is probably my biggest hit.
Because, well, then I don't know why I'd be saying that.
You should have seen this. Yes.
I've heard of your
That's okay. Maybe one of these days I won't have such a stoner brain. Oh, stood right in that. I like to eat it. I like to eat bad stuff. I like to just stand in it and eat it. And it's all good. Fuck your shield. Fuck your shield. Fuck it.
no more games.
Now's our chance.
It used to take me so long to beat that guy. Those guys.
Pathetic
I'm gonna get some more water.
mistake. You think you can kill me? You think you can?
Enough! Can't use the lance! The lance of Herod. Where is it? Quickly! You need to get
have
out of
it.
here!
I don't have the lance. I don't have the lance. I don't have it. I'm sorry. I don't have it. Yulia? I don't have it. Oh, that's some good water. She was just laying out there on the grass, sleeping. Like, not passed out, but not fully awake.
Oh gods, where am I now? Wait,
She's weird.
is that smoke in the distance? Let's be careful.
Don't run towards the smoke. Oh, I'm gonna die. Woo! God, I have decoy. Supposed to be using that. This is, I believe, the next tier up for as far as level slash. Yeah, 44. Oh. Well, I guess I could be a little higher level. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Kill that guy, not me. Kill that guy. Okay, bye bye. Wait, was that? That was a glowy boy. Eat blades, glowy boy. Well, at the very least, can make some money. Bye bye. Yo, what up? I'm assuming they can't hear me. Or I could just be totally silent on Twitch. Who knows? Who knows? This is all just flying by the seat of my pants anyway. Or no, what's his face? Forrest was actually able to hear me, I believe. So at least, yeah, YouTube's the only thing that's important. I should probably invest in some survivability here as I am folding like a pretzel. I think that boss just kind of melted, huh? Oh, that wasn't a boss. It was like a little mini boss. We're all good. I do not. I'm sorry. I don't. Oh, I hit unlock by accident. Not everything good is isometric, right? What is this aura that I have right now? Don't try to explode on me. Ooh, that's a bit of a euphemism there. Just don't do it. So next week, as per usual, I'm going to be off this weekend. Not off, but like not here. Not on the stream. And I will be doing... Still, I think Monday, Tuesday are still going to be non-stream days, but I just am not sure yet. We shall see what the vibe is like. I would like to stream as many days as possible, but at the same time as being able to stream my also. I think she's still outside chewing rocks or something, chewing sticks probably. But I'll be streaming Repo eventually. And then I will also be doing some of those Survivor's Legs. Yeah. I mean, like the typical ones, like death may die, death must die, or there's just a bunch. There's a bunch. I have like, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them. So we'll see. We shall see what happens. Oh yeah, you know, I'm not sure that you'll be able to hear me when I say this, Frieza, but I agree. I don't necessarily think that it's accursed. I just don't. It's the seriousness with which people, you know, apply the discourse. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to be called like 16 different slurs when I'm like just learning something. Not something I particularly enjoy. No. I'll reply this in text chat. See how dedicated I am to curating your experience here. That is the dedication that I am showing to you, my viewer. I'll even text chat to you. I'll help your grandma across the street. That's the kind of dude I am. So I do hope at some point to, like, I don't know, have like not a, I don't want to say stream team because that's like a, I don't know if I like that term. Feels a little corny and not exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, I'm if I could, I would try to meet other people in their late 30s to exactly 40, who can take a couple hours out of their week and just play some casual games, ideally stuff that will make people laugh. But then again, I also kind of have a little side of me that makes me want to play like some of those milsims. I don't know. In my off time, see, I kind of have one of those, like, I don't have stage anxiety. I have always been able to perform, whether it was like on camera or on stage. Like, I did a lot of acting in high school, and I've had to do public speaking at different points for jobs that I've had in the past. Point being, I don't get too nervous. I don't get anxiety, performance anxiety, But for some reason or another, every time I play a goddamn video game on live stream, I'm terrible at it. It doesn't matter what the game is. This one isn't so hard, and the learning curve isn't very steep. But a game that takes skill, like long-range sniping in a milsim, you would think that I had just started using a computer today. It's that bad. It is just... It is not good. Now I remember there's a streaming mode, isn't there? I just wanted to check that out. Let's see. I don't think that I need it for anything, but if it's a thing... No, okay, I'm not seeing... Oh, there, if your gameplay is smooth, but... Oh, okay, I get it. So it's just for like... It's just like whatever... settings? If you need like speed or something? You need some nice artwork for your channel. Let me just show you. So yeah, anyone who is interested in the Discord, I will put it in the chat if I can figure out how to do it. We can get there. I can do this. Invite people. Okay. The link has been copied. Sure, hit up the Discord. But know that I'm not really looking to buy anything for the channel just yet. I think that's clear and concise. Oh yeah. So if anyone is watching across these platforms of ours, feel free to hit up that Discord and we'll get you chatting. So far, there's only one other person in there, so we'll see what happens. I'm sure that, you know, if you're liking what you're seeing, or if you're liking what you're hearing, or if you like anything about this whole setup, then clearly, if I ask you to like and subscribe, then you'd do that, wouldn't you? Don't know why I'm doing this particular gesture. That doesn't mean anything. But it's like, you know that when you're in contemplation, but I'm doubling up. I'm in deep contemplation. Perfect. Thank you for that moment of introspection. My mouth is dry. I meant to set up another poll. I mean, I don't know why I'm setting up polls. There's usually only just one viewer in here, and it's a mixture of a few different people. So I don't know if we're quite at poll status yet. But the results of my most recent poll are in. All right, all one of you voted, and I have the results. Force, who is one of the two people who has shown up almost every day, and I hope as at the very least been watching the VODs. I don't know if he's been catching the actual broadcast, but if so, he's been a dedicated viewer, and his vote, their vote, I default to his just because I'm a guy. I'm not trying to pointlessly gender people, I assure you. But their request was that I do more reactions and reviews. So if you want your voice heard, and you want to help shape the voice of this, our platform, then please feel free to join the Discord and make your voice known. Or when I get the chance to make another poll, if I can figure out this simulcast thing in like a muscle memory kind of way, so that I'm not having to remember every time how to set it up. Then, and we'll get there, but when I get there, then I can probably start focusing again on little tweaks and bits and bobs and whatnot. So Frieza, I know you can't hear this. I wish you could, but I can't keep talking to you in text, man. It's I want to, but I still have to play this game, you know? And anyway, I do not have any money to be buying anything. You're talking to a perpetually unemployed scumbag here. I am a deadbeat gig worker, and I am really trying to make stable money, but that's when you're into starting business or running businesses or running things or being in charge or whatever. As much as I am, it's hard to step back. You know, it's hard to get back into the old classic way of doing things, following somebody else's orders. Not that I have a problem with that, but I gotta respect the person's station, and it's not hard to keep my respect. Like I tend to not be the kind of person, like I know that there's a lot of people out there who, when they have to work for someone who's younger than them or who they believe is less experienced than them, it's kind of like a blow to their ego and they get super defensive and all this kind of stuff. I'm not that kind of employee. Oh my god, almost died. I am not that kind of employee. I like working with people of all sorts of backgrounds. I think that having a diverse set of knowledge is important, and I believe the importance of hearing all the voices in the room. That being said, I don't encounter a lot of managers who are, as you know, on the same level of experience or who are, you know, intuitive in that way. And I'm not like a my way or the highway kind of guy, but I believe that I have a good basis for knowledge. So at least in the industries that I have experience in, not just a blanket, you know, jack of all trades, I'm awesome, you gotta love me kind of thing. But if I'm working for somebody and they are trying to teach me how to do something, then I will generally be pretty quiet, be pretty respectful, but I'll always offer advice if I think that there's like something that could be done more efficiently, and I always put it in a very professional way. I'm not like, hey man, don't you think it'd be easier if you did it like this, huh? Like, I'm not like, you know, arrogant about it, anything like that. I just am certain about which I speak, that which I speak. And so I tend to rub managers the wrong way, especially if they're like egotistical or if they're like really sure of themselves. I am so afraid that another bee is going to get in the apartment, and so I'm like just darting my glances back and forth, trying to make sure that I'm not seeing any like big buzzing thing. And then every time I hear a little like rustle, I just get scared. Zzz. What the fuck was that? Sure you can. So, you know, back to what I said way long ago. I would love to play one of those milsims on stream, but I just don't think I'd be very good at it. I keep disappointing myself because it's like that aspect of performance anxiety. I don't know where it comes from. I used to compete in tournaments, like in shooter tournaments, you know, like back when Quake 2 railguns servers were a thing. Why'd I dash out of it? It's just this guy's jump that I gotta be scared of. That should be telegraphed. Oh my god, you're still alive? Goddamn. Buddy. I will... Oh no, I'm gonna kill it! Damn it, see? I will when I get a moment. See, this is what happens when you're typing responses to people. I get the feeling that this is probably just like an advertising bot or something, because they're being very pushy. But that's a free follow. See, I can look on the brighter side of things. I may only have one viewer. It may just be a person trying to sell something, but... Oh yeah, I definitely need that. But gosh darn it if I don't have a delicious, a civil point of view about it. 7 unspent points? What have I been doing? What am I doing here? Gotta go back to my planner. I have a very shitty memory. Right. Oh shit, you can start putting points. It's a bad idea though. I forgot. I think there was something about being able to put points into the other trees right away. I think I have to move on to the next phase of this. Oh shit, that means I have aerial assault and dive bomb now. Oh my god, I have been just slacking. What am I doing here? What am I doing? All right. We are at 37 points into the Falconer passive tree. So we are looking to... first I want to check out the passives. 37, perfect. Oh, okay, so it stops at 30. And I just opened a new window. I guess it stops at 37? Really? All right, well. And now we go into the other tree. Blade Dancer? Oh yeah, because I'm already using Shadow Cascade on shift, phase, shift. Shift phases through enemies, I believe, which is why I keep getting that confused. Do you get the passive? I think you only get the passives if you take the specialization, right? Anyone out there can answer that for me? Still only one viewer. That's okay. Where are we? So we want to fuck with these skills. All right, so now we are at, still using that one. We're gonna get rid of this one. Go into aerial assault. And then at 50, I'll go for dive bomb. Or no. Yeah, no. It looks like they're not even, this guide isn't even taking the what? This guide isn't taking decoy. What? Sorry, I'm trying to decipher both my planner build and then I'm trying to compare it against this guide that I'm following, and I don't know why I'm choosing the things that I've chosen. I usually do this when I'm very stoned, late at night, and it is therefore often a mystery why I do the things I do sometimes. When I get up, I mean, it's like there had to have been some thought process to this. So that's like the key line right there. Like now the build is there, and I have the bow and quiver to go with this build already. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now I just have to finish allocating this 1 point. Boop. And then we are at 15 points. All right. Oh, it lets out another goddamn screech. Oh, this falcon. Oh, this falcon. Oh, my damn nerves. All right, so now what we got to do is get used to this whole new playstyle. So we are just using dive bomb default, and we're not using. Oh, wait. Oh, they spec'd out completely, not even using shift. Oh, because that's a traversal skill. I'm stupid. Okay, I'm not stupid. I'm not, maybe, you know, not 100% on board with everything that's going on right now. I mean, that's not a very far-reaching traversal skill, but it's all good. Why does it... Why am I using that for run speed? I gotta check out what the tree says on this one. Doesn't really say. Talon blades? That be it? Oh, you move faster while you have 5 stacks of talon blades. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, because the guide says to use dive bomb on cooldown. Oh, now that did go quite a distance. What determines that? Alright, so I do have to offload some items, and I think I can just immediately access the other areas I need to go from this hub. Need an armor guy. Where you at?
Yes.
You again. All right, so I want to keep Fizz. I want to keep melee damage, obviously uniques. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. I want crit, but I want crit multiplier. Oh, max shadows. Those cannot be sharded. Sharded. I didn't shart. Melee attack speed. But that throwing damage is pretty sweet. 2101. 1931. But that's +1 to shadows. And 38 dodge rating. I guess that's an upgrade. I guess. Shred armor would be a good shard to have. I think I'm still working with shred armor. Yeah. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. That. Oh, dodge rating would have been nice. That. I don't have a lot of suffix shards either. Don't need crit chance. That. Fizz would help. Fizz is good. Those don't. Ah, that was Fizz damage. Yeah, 44%. Well, that has Not a good upgrade for now. Why did I take mana regen? Whatever. Biz damage. Fire damage. Minion damage. Nope. And silver ring. Oh, throwing attacks. I don't really. Alright, just gotta buy some more shatters. And then I can probably just shatter these guys. Or oh wait, I don't know what stats I need right now. But what I do know is that I need these puppies. Boop, do that. Bang, 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 bang! Alright, I just gotta make sure that I am staying up to date with my gear other than this. No need for Chris's anymore. Well, it looks like they're keeping... Yeah, it looks like they're keeping the one-handed mace dagger setup. Though that's not really... I feel like I can just kind of go right into this. Although I still have that passive, I believe, that makes it... Yeah, if you're using a dagger. Okay, we'll stick with it until we're ready to flip into the end game build. But that's plus 3 to all three skills that I take. Though I'm not even really doing poison damage. But it's a damn good item. And that's a damn good quiver. Do I really need shenanigans? What is that? Shenanigans? Lethal darkness? Shadow dagger. Oh, that's that one spell effect that I've been seeing. Oh, damn, that's okay. So that's why crit multiplier. So why doesn't the Umbral Blades Falconer use that then? This is the question. Yeah, no, it just doesn't seem to use it. Okay. I mean, I figure that unique is good enough that I'm probably just going to roll into that. Because, I mean, while it's cool to have that Shadow Daggers, Shenanigans, Grugles. I need to be able to craft this guy. What can I do? I'm still new to this whole crafting thing, so I don't know if I'm picking the right. Okay, so we want that one. Oh, sealing effects. Can you seal a one seal down? So 55 forging potential. I can only upgrade from here, right? Pretty sure. Does this not... It probably doesn't have any empty slots. I'm guessing. Removes one random. Ooh, that would be... pretty fun. Okay. So we'll just, I guess upgrade these. And hope that... See how much we can upgrade it? Level 49! Screw you! We did upgrade yeah, physical damage, I believe. That's cool. So yeah, well, I cannot abide And if that's the only point we're removing, cool. Alright, so then that means that dive bomb has a few more points we can put in there. So we are at 11. And that means that I'm going to go there. 18 on that. Shebang! What was that one? That's... Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Whatever. I'm okay with that. Alright, cool. So, we have a pretty good setup with this. Oh, okay, yeah. I think the build probably wants you to have more crit. That's what I'm feeling like, is the meaning behind that. Alright, we're heading back. Heading back out into the wild. I think, is that Ice Cavern? We want Ice Cavern first. Oh, that's the tundra. Then we can just go into the tundra and then what you call this. Oh, I think. Oh no, we're good. We're on the right track. You can get there from either way. Why do you look crazy? My dog is up to no good. She's looking insane right now. Insane! Ah! Don't kill me! Okay, yeah, I have to get used to this. Oh, God, you're so stinky! I don't know what she is eating out there, or... She looks angry. She looks pissed off that she has to be so stinky. I mean, I'm guessing that's why she's angry. Always nice when someone decides to do their lawn mowing in the middle of my stream. But then again, my stream is in the middle of the day, so I can't be too upset. Yeah, confirmed. Jesus. So now I think I just gotta go back to the tundra. Although I don't think that I had the waypoint. Nope. My bad. Okay, so the skills are a little different, but the pacing is not really. I don't even really need to attack. And I go like, woo, and that's fun, and then just hanging out, jumping around with a falcon, doing what's what. I don't know if that's a term, doing what's what. Doing what's what? I mean, that's cool that it's like such a big like spell effect, just like everywhere and stuff. Might be a little much, a little overkill. Haste. Oh crap. Well, damn, that's not bad at all. Although I'm gonna say no. Crap, I'm probably gonna regret that. It's fine. Yeah, this is a bit of a weird change. Give me your tusks. Oh, I can't wait till my chopped ham and cheese sandwich. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Dude, just go down on. Damn. Gold ring is pretty attractive. Lizard. We got him. Oh, watch this be that one goddamn mace I wanted. Son of a bitch! Another goddamn collar? No. Well, whatever. I don't. It's fine. It would have been fun to play around with. That's for damn sure. Blow this blessed horn. Oh. Find it up in the void. Trapped in the void. Can't avoid the void. I would say that this build is really cooking now. I mean, it kind of is. I don't know how it's working, but it's working. Don't almost die, please. That's not... We don't want that. It's an indicator that we need... no. It's an indicator that we need a little bit more support. Not a strong indicator, but an indicator. Oh, he's a glowy boy. Get out of here, ghost. Plus one of maximum shadows again, huh? That's not really the armor. That's fine. So it's not the fastest or most versatile traversal skill, but it's not a bad one. And of course it is like a powerful attack. There's a break point where your skills start leveling spontaneously. I get that it's like targeted now. I don't think I was realizing that before. Yeah, okay. Was not understanding that. It's definitely the fastest I've ever taken that one out. Only splits like 3 or 4 times. Go portal. Didn't mean to do that. Fly, my angels. Doing little flippies, little dippies, little flippy dippies. I don't even really need to do anything. Kind of like do my little flippy dippies. Damn, that was a quick cooldown. Okay, so yeah, I was playing the build wrong. This is how you do it. I mean, I did just tap 2 towers, so drastic. I forget things. I'm an old man. Oh my god. No. Man, I'm just like, I'm so buffed to the gills with these towers. I have been so thoroughly blessed. Get out of here, blowy boy. And we're mobile. That works.
You're alive, but you what? You what?
Okay.
Who cares about that?
Taking way too long to tell his story. Squeal! Squeal! Yeah, as long as like, hey, come on, yeah. As long as I keep the stuff running, as long as I keep Falcon attacking, then my cooldowns keep getting reset. Isn't that crazy? Almost like I have some kind of a unique item that does that. Weird. Damn. What happened? Ghost was not interested in being mentioned. Now, is it a ghost or is that like the name of it? That the character. Oh, he's coming. Oh, he's coming after me. See, I was ready for you this time though. So that one. Squeak. You know, maybe I should just embrace the screeching. Gonna be hearing it a lot.
All that's left is
No.
locating the lance.
Oh, you run. Well, you run? Is that you run? Oh, get out of here! Get out of here, Broseph. Give me that lance.
The lance, would you? But tell me more.
The lance was found, and a bond was formed.
Breezing through.
Do you think we'll see Herod before?
Their fates intertwined
Let's go together.
with mine. But
Their fates intertwined
they focused on
with mine. Very gravely, boys. Gravely. Very gravely. Oh, it actually lets you look at your... Okay. Ah, see, I'm learning. I just saw it on... I can just see it on... one thing? Not the other thing? No? Okay. Yeah, weird. Okay. I cannot see it on Twitch. I can only see it on YouTube, apparently. Oh no, wait. Oh, 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 oh. I think I almost made it work. Nope, okay. Just won't worry about that for now. Perfect. Aha! Alright, I don't have enough items to dump yet, and I would say that I'm not quite at the point where I need to
I know things are grave.
do a little passive allocation. I mean, you should always just be putting points and stuff.
Farewell.
Just trying to get to obelisking. Obeliskerating. Or at least get through the campaign. That's the goal. Make it through the goddamn campaign. For the bajillionth time. Although, I'm pretty sure there's parts of it that I have not seen yet. So that'll be interesting. I think I've made it as far as the snake lady in previous builds of the game. I don't know if it goes farther beyond that. I'm sure it does. I think that was well before full release, which sounds like a medical procedure that I do not want. What on earth is that? No! Acolyte body armor. That's cool. I don't want that. Did they use this unique in their thing? No, they use Elico's Abandon. Yet again, we are banishing. I think what happened was I lost all of my luck in the beginning. You know, they were just like, here's your cool uniques, which don't even have the added stuff that I want. So now I've got a death ray. I am not taking advantage of length, or of the distance you can travel. But I really enjoy. I didn't think that I would enjoy the play style of this because it's like almost too frenetic. I didn't think I would enjoy it, but I do. And I'm actually at this point, I can't wait till it gets quicker. You know, like more agile, more mobile. Don't try to trick me with your speeches. I'm onto it. I don't think any of that was the correct grammar. All right, we're at 12:20. I didn't think I didn't think I was going to be streaming today. I originally was going to go see the Thunderbolts movie, and I don't have high hopes. But it's really hard to just not. It's hard to just be like, you know what? I think I give up. I think I give up on you, Marvel. Because I'm not ready to give up yet. Gosh darn it. Sorry, I'm loading some flour into my grinder to take a celebratory chapter end rip of the old pot bong. The old pot pipe. The old pot water pipe. Although it would behoove me to get to a place that is conducive to me chilling. Is this Nemesis thing just a thing now? Is that just always going to be a thing? Or is it like just until I get my next unique? What's up? Because it keeps showing up in every single zone almost. Like, is this rare? I hope that I'm not just like eating up all my RNG right now. Because with mapping or obelisking later, that's gonna suck. You know, we eventually want drops. And if we can't get drops, it's gonna be a tough time. Although this, again, this build, I'm not seeing yet how it's going to scale up, but it seems like it's pretty gear dependent. So I'm probably gonna want to concentrate a little bit on gear. You tooted again. Ooh, stinky puppy. Ew. And she's just sitting there like she's so proud of herself. She just stunk up this whole room. Oh my word. Oh my word. If I cannot tell, but if you're seeing this on Twitch, can you just let me know? Because I can't, for some reason, I can't click on, I guess I could just go to Twitch. Ew. You're such a stinky person. You're such a stinky person. She's a stinky pup. And she stinks with pup smells. Okay, it is, yeah. I am simulcasting. Oh wait, I guess I could have checked my audio. Let's check my audio. Let's make sure my audio is playing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Oh no, yeah, I can hear it. Testing, sweet. Testing, testing. Oh no, yeah. Oh no, I can hear no, it. Echo. It's gonna echo. All right, so good. Yeah, we're good. We are. You know, it would have been funny if I had been streaming this entire time and it hadn't been broadcasting. Not so much funny as infinitely annoying. But I would have had a laugh about it later. That's for darn sure. All right, so I think there's still Liliath's tower that I haven't seen yet. I still have to defeat Lagon or Lagon, whatever his name is. I'm excited to see how this build performs against him, because that's like the sort of patchwork fight, because that's like, you know, your build's going by then. And if you remember patchwork fights, if anyone out there is familiar with that. But that's kind of like when you're sort of like testing your build, not when I have been testing my build. I guess I should be more specific and not just speak for everybody. Yeah, I whenever I was playing around with a build and I was, I think, severely over leveled by the time I hit the campaign most of the time. I think I'm still going to be here. 48 and no, we're on par with the levels of each of the zones. So I've been going at a good clip. I will get distracted at some point though. ADHD. But yeah, I want to see how that Lagon, essentially nice guy Cthulhu, you can call him that. I want to see how quickly he goes down to the power of the Falconer. I almost went into an Irish accent there, which is not something that I can famously do. So today, I'm not sure what the rest of the stream is going to look like. I think I'm pretty settled into Last Epoch for now. I am gonna toke a bonweed rip and see how I feel after that. I'll probably feel stoned. But in addition, we'll see how I feel about Last Epoch. I think we're gonna stay here for the rest of the stream today. Oh God, again! I'm not convinced she's not just pooping on the sofa right now. If I wasn't watching her sleeping. Gross. But yeah, so I think we're gonna stick with. Jesus. So stinky. We're gonna stick with Last Epoch for now, and then I think on Wednesday, when I fire up the stream, we're gonna go right into Repo. Not right into. I'm still gonna do the first hour reaction stuff. Because at that point, I might have actually seen the movie Thunderbolts. And if anyone watching this ends up, you know, seeing the movie after you've, you know, heard my little breakdown of what I would have done, let me know how it's different. Let me know if it, how they compare. Give me your honest opinion. I will probably have seen it. And so I shall compare notes, you know? Let's find out together. Why the hell not? And if you like that kind of stuff, like games like Repo or like Lethal Company, and you play them, then let's, you know, group up, because I don't have anyone that I play games with, so I'd be doing it solo, which isn't a big deal for me. But I think if you're watching it, you're probably going to have a lot more fun if it's like, or it's probably going to be a lot more entertaining if it's people that are like playing off of each other. And I don't like require that for my streams, but it'd be nice to have a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of byplay, you know? That sounds like a euphemism. It's not. That is a real term, byplay. I'm not talking about, you know, stuff. Stuff they get mad at you about in summer camp. Because, you know, all those, like, Southern Baptists, they tend to go to Bible summer camp, so. And the Bible don't like people doing premaritals, alright? That's a big no-no. Can't go against the Bible. That's God's word. I'm glad I skipped all that. I was like, I guess probably third generation Southern. And while I still have a bit of the twang, it's not very often that it comes out. And I don't hold a lot of the beliefs that a good portion of my family does. Very Bible oriented. Although they're more, it was more like a performative thing. Like they weren't. I'm sorry if you can hear the brushing. I'm using my Keith brush to get the residue off my grinder. It's laborious work, but it keeps things clean. Anyway, back to the point I was making. Now I don't remember what point I was making. Shit. What happens when you have ADHD? You lose your train of thought quite often. Oh yeah, I don't have the Southern twang, but I did avoid. I have some of the Southern twang. I won't be one of those people that's like, oh, I completely changed my accent. But they're like gypsies, my family. They're like, I think gypsies is like a derogatory term. I don't think that's like a polite thing to use anymore. So they're like Eastern European Romani nomads that have a high tendency to fall into crime-oriented lifestyles, crime-adjacent lifestyles. So like my uncle owns a fire equipment company, and on its face that seems like a good, very altruistic thing, but when you think about it, it's actually, he's profiting off of potential death and destruction, which is, you know, I don't see it that way necessarily, but there's an argument that can be made for people who have certain personality types that get into certain industries. They probably don't have the best, just hit the mic. They probably don't have the best interests of the people that they serve in mind. So again, I'm not suggesting anything. I just know my uncle. And I know my family. Sometimes your family's not the best people. All right, so I have now ground the mixture. I'm about to add the mixture to the crucible. We're we're using euphemisms for the words bong and ground up weed. But I think it's fairly obvious. So just give me one moment. I will be back. Last Epoch. God damn it. I'm never gonna let that go. I know how epoch is really pronounced, all right? At least in the Northern America, United States, 1990s to 2000s dialect, all right? I am well versed in that section of English, and I will be damned if they take epoch or epic away from me. You can pull that pronunciation from my cold, dead hands. I guess I understand. But I feel like, you know, as a proud American, I should make my problem everyone else's. You know, am I really patriotic if I don't project my own insecurities onto the rest of the world? Rock, flag, and eagle. You know? You gotta adhere to the spirit of the country, to the spirit of the United States. Gosh darn it. I don't want to do that on screen. Yeah, just doing the old Tampa-rooney. Tamping it down. If you ever build an herbal, now I am not endorsing or supporting the use of illicit Schedule 1 materials, but if you are of appropriate age in a state where it is legal and you choose to partake in said pottery, my recommendation would be to grind. I know a lot of people say don't grind, say break it up with your fingers, with your fingies and your hands. I would recommend against that. I have no other credentials other than that I am an avid consumer, and I have a very high level of pickiness, and my standards are very strict. Not to say that I deserve to have high standards. I am a nobody. I just know what I like. So I would recommend that you... Now, this is a herbal mix. Nothing illegal in this. I would just recommend that you grind normally, like a good grind. Just run it through the grinder and press it very lightly with less than 2 pounds of pressure, and make sure that there are some like little bit of leaves and sticks. I mean, no seeds. Obviously, you don't want the what is it called, the spermatozoa. I'm trying to find a word I find funny, and I think it's spermatozoa for plants. You don't want to smoke the seeds. They will pop. And it could potentially damage your glass piece, but you do typically want to pack it pretty light, and you want a good mixture of different textures in there so that the flame or fire, whatever, the heat can move through the bowl evenly. I think I've worked it down to a science. I don't know if I'm just doing what everybody else does, but you know, that ain't for me to figure out. Turn off the camera here one moment. Also, cheers. Oh my god. Woo. I would also recommend that you not pack a bowl tight enough to be 2 bowls, because that will burn your throat. Gosh damn. See, things are kind of hotboxed a little bit. I was not planning to blow a cloud that big. There's fire in there. Just cleaning this bowl out. Gotta do it when it's warm, or else that resin will not come out. All right. God damn. It's rare that I cough these days, but that was harsh. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Man, my throat is gonna be killing me for the rest. I think I just saw a heavy quiver back there. That is harsh. It's worse than a dab hit too, because dab hits at least like taste clean, but when you combust weed, it's like dirty. Go down, dude. Oh, I didn't see him there. The ghost wolf. Well, that's cool. For a marksman. Damn. Files bone. Or an acolyte. Hello. Oh yeah, she has an Amazon package coming. Gee. The dog. Gee, the dog. I should see if it's here. Like that? Got a frog in my throat. However, could that have happened? The stuff that I got is at a THC percentage of like 28. 28 to 30. Which is a lot. Makes you feel... Doesn't taste very good. But it does the job. And if I can get stuff for 36 bucks an ounce, ideally cheaper. Don't get me started on that. They botched it. They botched it real good. So yeah, I don't need to accept that. friend request. Oh no, it was, oh, they sent me an actual like friend request. Well, I hope they don't spam me with a bunch of stuff. That was what I was afraid of. But they said they couldn't hear me, so they probably can't hear me saying this. Oh. God damn. That resin hit. Don't think I need any physical damage. Physical damage. I need a good stockpile of shards. We'll probably be having to craft. Trying to plan ahead. I didn't even click on that. And I always have to remind myself not to keep clearing my throat often, because then I will have an asthma attack. Because I cannot afford the doctor's appointment to get the albuterol that I used to get, or any other, you know, steroid allergies. So I just kind of have to deal with it. But, you know, hopefully when I start making a little bit of money again, I can afford them. And I used to have like it was that spritz that you would use in your nose for like whatever. Flonase. And I think that was an antihistamine, but I got this stuff from Costco that is not the same, different thing altogether. But it also, it's not, ooh, stood right in that. But it is, it's not an antihistamine. I'm sorry that I keep like just clearing my throat in the mic. That's got to be obnoxious. Anyway, yeah. So, prone to asthma. Obviously, smoking makes your throat burn. It's something that happens, you know? You gotta balance the good and the bad. When I was actually a bud tender for a bit, I was able to take samples home, and we had like gummies and stuff. That was always good. But like, I think it's a poor substitute. I think there's some, I don't know, there's some ritual, there's some like habit that goes along with actually, you know, either smoking or dabbing. Smoking or dabbing? Both, please. Although if I was to make a cannabis product, it would probably be a drink. Because I got some ideas. Let me tell you. They're pretty good. Okay, I have one idea. That's pretty good. I have other ideas that are okay. Damn, that last bowl really killed my throat. Oh my gosh. That is the other thing about dabs. Why do you keep doing that? She farts and then she runs away. She stinks up the room and then she runs away. This dog, man. She's the cutest, craziest, weirdest dog. No, I wanted to be ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Time to go. Let's do this. But her farts, we got her like 3 weeks ago, and she's been on the foot. No, not 3 weeks ago. It's like over a month at this point. her response to the food is fine. Like, she's eating the food that we give her. The problem though is that she's still tooting like she was eating that puppy food, and I don't know what's doing it. She's not eating beans or anything. She's a stinky pup. And I hope that sometime soon she works her way through that phase, because it is smoking us out. And she's like, she lays down in this like patch of fake grass that we have out back. But it's, the reason it's there is for the other pups to pee on. So it's a little weird that she's like choosing, because I know she smells it. She can't not. Smell an ant take a shit 5 miles away, she can definitely smell all the pee on that grass patch, but she just lays right down like it's the most comfortable bed she's ever had. I'm gonna try and stop clearing my throat in the mic. I would be annoyed if I were you guys. I caught the resins. If I have the term correctly, I think I got resin on my cilia, my throat cilia, esophageal cilia. I don't know if even using esophageal is the right thing, but it's definitely, I think it's cilia. What should my bird's name be? Right now he's just, he's just Falcon, you know? Which is like, I guess that's a kind of a badass name. Falcon. But not if you're a falcon. You know? Like if, I don't know. I feel like you gotta kind of set yourself apart. I don't know if that does it. Now, I have had a habit lately of going back and emptying my pockets before clicking on the items on the ground, and keep forgetting that they disappear when you do that. Many times I have killed one of those idle lizards and just kind of wasted it, you know? Who knows what kind of fun times we could be having. More fun times we could be having. Funner? It's not a word. Oh, is this? No, I don't. Damn it! I saw gloves and I was hoping for the... Was that a double unique? I didn't see, but did that have the the skeleton wand as well? Ah, whatever. I already clicked no. So. She tossing shurikens too? I think I just saw that. Twice. I'm certainly in the pattern. Is there a boss? No. Mini boss? No. Mini boss? No. Squeal! That's what the falcon sounds like. Squeal! What happened? I just went around in a goddamn circle. Where did I go wrong here? No, you don't just go. I always go right instead of left. You couldn't tell. I'm, you know. My memory gets rusty and yeah, lots of stuff. there was gonna be a punchline in there, but I got distracted by the items. I am looking forward to playing, what's it called, Repo. I don't typically play those Lethal Company type games, but I don't know. I tend to play just like the same things all the time, so maybe it's good, right? It's not that I don't like being scared, I don't know. Those games are, I think, more fun with friends, you know? They kind of have that tag on them for a reason. More fun with friends. Get falconed. Could use a boot upgrade. Little booties. What are you whining for? What are you whining at? I guess is the more important. Ding. This has gone on long enough. It sounded better in my head. Stop, Charlie! If any of you watch Always Sunny, as a callback, I think something like the gang rules the world, or Charlie rules the world, or some shit. All the way to the top. I like how you can just like, skip all this stuff. Yeah. I love this dodge mechanic. I'm so happy that was introduced. I'm a big fan of scooting around. Big fan. Scoot, scoot, scoot. And then the slow traversal. Oh, I guess I can just stop. 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 No barkies. No barkies. She doesn't know how to not bark. Crazy. You're part of society, you should be part of polite society, okay? Although her little chicken buck barks are very cute. Get falconed. What the fuck is that? It looked like a mage unique catalyst. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Easy, too easy. Go, next zone. Go, go, go. We're getting there. Oh, I can do dive bomb again, or dive bomb now. Check that out. Ba-da-ba-dee-dee-dee. But that's okay, 'cause I'm still fly. Some sound. Da, da. I don't. That's that's the vibe right now. One. You get a point. And you get a point. And you get 2 points. And you get a point. And 2 points. And 3 points. And you get a point. And you get a point. Go down the line here. More 7 points. God dang. I've been slacking. That one. 16. I'm using a builder. Bear with me, I'm an old man. I need help like this. What am I missing here? 2 points. 5 points. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 1. She's just chewing on sticks again. It's fine. You know? Let her chew on sticks. If she wants to chew on some sticks, let her chew on some sticks. It's not what I would be doing. But, you know, I ain't her boss. I guess. That cannot be healthy for her teeth. Umbral blades. One. That. Where's that other point? Where's that point? Where? $17 points, I guess? Converted to cold. I'm confused. You convert it to cold with sub-zero intrusion, but you still scale your damage with physical damage because of the shadow daggers, which I'm not using. So I guess I'll hold off on that for now. Because I don't know if that's going to kill my scaling. Instead, just have to go into other stuff. Oh, 2 points. Gosh darn it. Well, whatever. We'll work with this, and then I guess I'll start trying to figure out how to overcome that hurdle. Poison chance. Oh, throwing damage. That's not bad. That. Guess I'll get rid of that. Ignite. Oh. More ailments can't hurt, right? Vitality. I mean, screw it, whatever. I don't see a reason not to put that in. All those in there. Why not? And yeah, there we go. Why the hell not? Keep it simple. Ow.
I'm glad you are safe. I did she?
Don't
That would not be wise.
cough up a
Leah
hairball.
has been known to be tense. Though I see her as a friend, she will consider me as a threat.
Gods be with you. Goodbye.
So as we started early today, we're also going to end early today. Actually, this is probably a pretty good place to stop right now. I hate to kind of spring it on you, but that's the nature of chaos, baby.
May I help you?
So yeah, I'm pretty much, I'm gonna call it, this is it. We're good. I am going to go pick up my wife from work, and then we're gonna have chopped ham and cheese sandwiches. Fucking delicious. So yeah, stay tuned. No, I guess not stay tuned. Tune in on Wednesday, because that will be the next time I stream. I will have probably seen Thunderbolts by then, so I might have stuff to talk about.
These waters are dangerous.
Irregardless,
The traveler set sail. Eager.
anyway, thank you very much for stopping by if you did. And if you didn't, then... Oh, I lost connection. Even better, it's fated to have happened. And if you didn't stop by, then you can't even really understand what I'm saying right now because reality hasn't, like, shifted in a certain way. I hope that saved my progress. See y'all on Wednesday. I'm gonna try this simulcast thing again. It seemed to work okay. I kept the excellent stream health the entire time. That watermark is not too obtrusive. So yeah, I think it was a winner. Overall, good experience. We'll do it again. All right, see you on Wednesday.